Now we'll talk about the relationship between semantics and dictionary. Dictionaries also deals with meaning. They compile meanings, preserve them, and the lexicographers all over the world keep on compiling dictionaries every year. Uh, Among dictionaries, we have various forms of dictionaries. In the beginning, I'll talk about practical dictionary. To begin with, I would just like to argue that every human being has a dictionary in his mind, which is an inbuilt dictionary. We have a storehouse of words and their meaning in our mind. So dictionary may be seen as a mental storage of words and their meanings, uh, which everyone carries with him or herself in order to create meaningful communication. And we keep on resorting to such dictionaries in our daily communication. Similarly, we can define dictionary as a reference book which has a storehouse of meanings and multiple aspects of words uh, in themselves, and we can use them as a reference whenever we need them. Besides, linguistic competence or communicative competence is probably the quality of native speakers which serve them to use words in their various positions or capacities, and by using words to create meaningful communications. Leach has used different terminologies to explain and talk about dictionaries. For example, he has used two major terms: theoretical dictionaries and practical dictionaries. He also calls practical dictionaries as flesh and blood dictionaries. And these are the dictionaries we have with ourselves in our libraries, bookshelves, and in our bags sometimes. Uh, these dictionaries are those reference books we keep on consulting every time we confront a difficult term in our academic or social lives. So these are in simple terms, are the regular dictionaries we consult every day. Why should we use dictionary while we have proper lexical knowledge of our language as native speaker? Answer is pretty simple, because dictionaries get updated themselves according to the changing needs of a language and needs of the users of that language. Human language is such a dynamic process that it keeps on changing and it keeps on expanding every day. So sometimes, being a human being, it is not possible for us to keep an update about all the changes in the meanings of the words and their various developments and aspects. So dictionaries are probably is the resource who can provide us information about these changes in the words and the meanings. We have learned to go to the dictionary for all manners of information of words, for example, their history, their origin, and multiple senses. So dictionaries are more than the knowledge of words which we have in our minds as a native speaker. One of the approaches to look at dictionaries and their relationship with semantics is, uh, for example, in case of a linguistic expression, we can see it's precisely that knowledge which enables one to use it uh, appropriately in a situation where it is needed. I mean, if during a conversation we need something to fulfill a communicative function, meaning is that ability about a word, that knowledge about a word, which help us to use that word uh, in a correct manner in a certain situation. According to Leach, there are certain types of practical dictionaries, or uh, there are two factors which enable us to understand practical dictionaries. The first, lexicographer try to make it comprehensive. They try to add as many words as they can every year, because of certain commercial reasons also. So sometimes it becomes challenging for an ordinary reader to understand all these additions and increasing senses in the meanings of every individual word. The second is based on the difference between practical and theoretical dictionaries. Practical dictionaries, as I said, are more easily available in form of books, whereas theoretical dictionaries may not be that easily available. Uh, Practical dictionaries, the definition of words consist of more words, and we do assume when we define words or provide their meanings in practical dictionaries, we probably are tempted to use more formal language or special language belonging to the field to which the lexical entry belongs to, so that the people working in that area may understand it. But this temptation of defining words in a special language may not be useful for the ordinary reader, because ordinary readers may not be able to understand it, because for them the explanation or definition would be as difficult as the lexical entry in the dictionary itself is. There is no guarantee that the expression rules of the language furnish paraphrases for every word in the language. So, we in relation to dictionary and meanings, we need to understand that not all words may be explained with more words. Sometimes we confront a problem of finding a synonym because not all words have appropriate synonyms in any language. And similarly, sometimes it becomes very difficult to paraphrase an idea because the idea is already too simple to explain in simple and clear terms. So, in such situation, it may become very difficult for the dictionary makers to explain certain words.